JDev is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 5 episode review video. But before I get into that, it's extremely important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead that you need to pay attention to that episode title. I'll even put that title in the description for you because I'm a nice guy. If that's the case and you find out that you're not caught up, I recommend, and so does everybody else, that you don't watch this video any further, simply to stay away from any potential spoilers. This will be The Walking Dead Season 5, episode number 11. The title of this episode is called The Distance. This will be my review, reaction, recap of the episode. Remember, I've seen the episode many times. Just reviewing it to have it reviewed on the channel, and reviewing it due to the fact that they announced that Season 11 of The Walking Dead will be the final season of the main Walking Dead show, not necessarily The Walking Dead story. So, very interesting. Maggie and Sasha return to the barn and introduce Aaron to Rick and the rest of the group. Now, Aaron tells them that he is part of a much larger community surrounded by reinforced steel walls that provide protection from intruders and roamers, as he calls them, and believes that they would make trustworthy additions to his community. Now, Rick, however, does not trust Aaron and knocks him the fuck out. Like, worse than Abraham knocked out Eugene, possibly. I don't know. Before tying him to a wooden column. Now, the search of Aaron's pack reveals, among other things, a flare gun, suggesting there are other members of Aaron's group nearby. Now, when later pressed by Rick, Aaron reveals that he has one partner who is hiding some distance from the group. He provides Rick with directions to two vehicles that are waiting, which are to transport Rick's group to the community. Now, Rick tests Aaron's claim by dispatching Glenn, Maggie, Michonne, and Abraham, as well as Rosita, to see if the vehicles are in fact there, while the rest of the group takes up positions around the barn in case Aaron is planning an attack. Now, a car and RV are found. RV makes Glenn remember Dale. He didn't actually say it, but it's the first thing I thought, and I'm sure Glenn thought it either. Since they're found, it suggests that Aaron is telling the truth. Now, while alone with Rick, Aaron explains that he worked for an NGO delivering food and medicine to communities on the Niger River Delta, and bad guys pointed guns at his face every other week. But he doesn't believe Rick is a bad guy, although he looks like a crazy guy with that beard. And then when everybody else reconvenes, Aaron says that he will take them to the community the next morning, but he refuses to reveal the camp's location in order to protect its inhabitants. Instead, Aaron says that they will take Highway 16 and provide further directions as they travel. However, Rick decides against that and declares that they will travel via Highway 23 that night. Aaron protests, saying that his people haven't yet cleared that road, but Rick is adamant, and an angry Michonne questions whether Rick actually intends to join the camp. Rick responds that he will make a decision when he is outside the walls, because in his defense, Rick's too much shit has happened with these random groups that he goes to trust anybody. Now, Rick, Michonne, Glenn, and Aaron take the lead in a car, while the rest of the group follow a short distance behind in the RV. On the way, Michonne is looking at the pictures that Aaron has given her, and she asks why he has no pictures of his people. And he quickly says that he did take one picture, but that had got the exposure wrong, and it didn't develop correctly. Now, Michonne then asks Rick if he has given Aaron their own audition interview. How many walkers have you killed? How many people have you killed? Why? Rick says no, and then Michonne asks Aaron those questions. He answers that he has killed lots of walkers, but only 2 people, and only them because they were trying to kill him. At that point, Rick finds a parabolic microphone in the car and expresses concern that Aaron's people might have heard their plans all along. Glenn, who is actually drives the car into a herd of walkers spread all along the dark, unscouted highway. Coming out the other side, they lose sight of the RV and concluded backed away, unfortunately for them. Now, from the herd, they backed away from, and then they discuss a way to, a nice way to get the car started again, which they can't figure out because it's not starting all of a sudden. Then they see a flare go off, and Aaron bolts into the woods. Like, he starts freaking out, and he's pursued by Glenn after close calls for each, and Glenn almost gets it in this particular episode. Glenn actually cuts Aaron free and returns his pistol to Aaron. So Glenn, he's the moral compass of the show now instead of Tyrese. And then together they return to the car to save Rick and Michonne from the herd. And then the four of them head for the flare and reunite with the RV group, who have rescued Aaron's partner and boyfriend, Eric, who Aaron goes up to and starts giving him a nice, wet, juicy kiss. Relieved that Rick's group saved Aaron, Aaron reveals the community is located in Alexandria, Virginia, and the group hits the road in the morning. During the break, Rick slips away and hides a gun in the woods, pulling up to the community walls. Rick actually hears the sound of children play, and Carol tells Rick that, even though you were wrong, you were right to do what you did with this whole thing. And then, believing that Aaron is telling the truth and the community is safe, the group leave the vehicles and they head to the gates of Alexandria. And that's how the episode ends. So it's one of my favorite episodes from season 5. Obviously, you have the premiere that's freaking awesome. You have the finale, which we'll get to in a couple days here. And you have the mid-season finale or mid-season premiere. Mid-season finale is pretty good too. But this is a very underrated episode. If I made like a top 40, top 30 list, this probably is on the top 30 list, I think. I'd have to double check that, but it's an underrated episode, and Glenn almost really gets in this particular episode. So, Aaron, cool character. Interesting to see what happens with him, which I already know, but it's interesting to see that pan out again. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. So if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you like this episode, The Distance, go ahead and smash that like button. If you know anybody else that you think would be interested in listening or watching these videos, go ahead and share the video with them. Let them know that they can share it with whomever they'd like to share it with. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section, and that could be a multitude of things. Your favorite characters, your least favorite characters, favorite episodes, least favorite episodes, things that you think will happen in season 5 or in The Walking Dead if you haven't watched further on, or things that you think will happen in the current season of The Walking Dead. You can score the episode, you can give me your favorite character of the episode, or your favorite moment. Whatever you want to put, just make sure you put something, please. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.